New from 101 Films and their AGFA range comes Wicked World, released in 1991, directed by Barry G. Gillis. This is a very low budget, very interesting film. There's lots of things I like about it, and there's a lot of things that are just generally wrong with the film. Doesn't mean I disliked it though, because this one had a strange kind of captivating aspect about it. I loved sitting down to watching it. I loved the score, the story, which is definitely there, wasn't as put together as it possibly should be. A little bit mismatched and all over the place, and you had to wait for periods of times to pull the story out of it. But what we have here is the story of Harold. He is a crazed serial killer. At the start of the movie, we see him killing several people, and then we kind of jump to the future, where he is being on a day trip from hospital to a play park, which I ultimately just was gobsmacked with and absolutely loved, particularly the scene where the nurse has somehow gotten him to the top of a slide.
I hate slides.
No lie at all, it's amazing. It's completely pointless but just fun, and we have him either creating a story or revisiting a story that happened to him about all the murders he created, putting in a kind of narrative to it. And I like this aspect of the story. It was a neat kind of construct to put the plot around. You know, this man thinking back to the travesties that he caused and taking some great pleasure in it, and giving it a pulpy narrative to go along with it. The movie has plenty of killings.
Say your prayers.
And they are, well, interestingly shot, shall we say. It's obvious there's not a lot of budget here. So what Barry, the director, producer, writer and star, does is he uses a lot of transitions, video techniques at the time, which do look a little bit dated now, to create an almost jarring edited artifact to the scenes. So you'll get the setup of the murder, some interesting transitions and cuts and ways of manipulating the film, and then see the dead body. It's not as jarring as just cutting straight to it, but it's a kind of interesting transition the way they do these, and they do them quite a lot. There are some effects in this that are just laughably inept. I kind of like them. The hands one being one of the biggest chuckles for me. The acting is kind of fine in certain scenes, awful in others, but it's kind of pushed along by this voiceover that doesn't quite fit with the with what's actually been said on screen. Maybe they've changed the story afterwards, maybe they've decided they've got a better line, but the narration and the voiceovers, although it's not placed as a voiceover, it's like redubbing, but awful.
Oh, watch your step, Fernanda. You walk much?
But again, it adds to the kind of effect of the movie. It's a low budget, twisted, kind of grimy horror movie, but it's incredibly fun. You know, you can feel the inventiveness, you can feel the passion behind the camera trying to get this thing made. You can feel them trying to hit on tropes and things that were popular at the time to be able to sell the film. And I do like that kind of crazed narrative that it has. It includes a policeman later on who has a grudge to bear from being a corrupt cop to getting to the right side of the law and looking for justice. Wicked World, it's another strange one from the AGFA range, but I've got to say, it's strange, but strangely compelling at the same time. And it's got this really fantastic score throughout it, even though they do butcher it at times by dropping it out to insert some credits or something. But the score is really welcome every time it appears in the film. It's really fun, interesting, gets you in that kind of mood of what the film was trying to do. I thought it was one of the best parts of the film. Let's dive into the extras and see what this disc has on offer. So here we are in the disc of Wicked World. We're going to go into the extras. Here we have the 2019 Director's Cut, running just over an hour and 49 minutes. We have a new commentary with the director, Barry G. Gillis. We have a reality behind the scenes of Wicked World, which is about an hour in length, which is kind of like the movie, lo-fi, but interesting. Got a lot of Barry directing scenes, talking to the camera, being asked questions by the crew and the cast, which is pretty great. A tribute to Eddie Platt is just 2 minutes 18, and it's his son talking about his father, who was a huge fan of horror movies and got to play the killer in this film. Next up we have Tomorrow's Dream, which 23 minutes 50 seconds long, is Barry talking about this film, about being approached by Bleeding Skull, AGFA, about the movie, how it got made, some aspects of it, talking about his career in general up until the moment this was filmed, and it's interesting and got some fun moments. Next up we've got Martial Law music video, just about 5 minutes in length, talking about how the music made its way into the movie and how they made a deal to help in each other's projects without money changing hands. Then we have the original trailer, which is just over 2 minutes, and that is it for the wonderful Wicked World. There we have it. I think this is another pickup. Be careful. The clips are in my review. If you just don't like the look of this, stay away. If you're mildly interested, pick it up. I think you could find something that's entertaining. Maybe not in the way it was intended, but it's entertaining. That's always a good sign. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. Don't forget to drop your comments in the comment box. We'll have a discussion about Wicked World. And when you're down there, hit the like button. And in the description box is a link to Patreon membership program where you can really help support me, and a link to where you can buy some cool Man V Film merch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man V Film.